They got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression. It's all that I wanted. The phone and affection. I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why.
I know y'all like, I just saw you. I know. I just saw me too. I'm looking at myself. I just saw me. I know. I'm with you. I got to guess, so I'm good now. We're still good. You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene. I'm Wole. Welcome to our Commanders Recap Show. Joining me is Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia's Commanders beat reporter Felix Trammell. What's up, Felix?
What up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm tired, bro. But you know what? We're gonna make it happen.
Going back to back, man?
Back to back, basically, bro. Basically.
Okay,
like I had like an hour in between, but still basically back to back.
Okay,
you know what? This show is mostly about just getting like intel or just getting more of the inside perspective of what happened tonight, today's game with the Commanders and Baltimore Ravens. The Commanders fell to the Baltimore Ravens 30-3. But before we dive into this game, we got to knock out some logistics. You can subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. You can also check out our website, which is theurbansportscene.com. Make sure you subscribe to the Urban Sports and YouTube channel. If you are in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support the show. The super chats will be prioritized in the YouTube chat. So if your comments are out there and you give us a super chat, we'll make sure we prioritize those comments. Don't forget to tweet us at Urban Sports Scene. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene, and also like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. You can also join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Just search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. All right, Felix, let's get into it. You were at Northwest Stadium for the game. What stood out to you most about the Commanders' overall performance against the Ravens?
It was very similar to week one.
Okay.
As far as, the execution, I think it was actually better energy today. I think Baltimore always has a different focus in preseason. They really, really try hard in preseason. I'll say that. Like they game plan, they go all in on preseason. So it was sort of what I expected. It solidified a lot of things for me that I had question marks on, like certain people, like were they still somebody from here to over here? And I kind of learned some things today that helped me with that regard. So it was a clarity game. Let's call it that. It was a clarity game.
So what did you learn? Like, what did you learn in terms of certain individuals? What did you learn?
Well, we can do personnel groupings. I think the defensive line has been completely rebuilt. And I could make a case for 11 guys, maybe 12 on the defensive line. I think they keep 10. That's going to be some real hard choices in there. It's going to be some real hard choices in there. And I think one of AP's goals this year was to rebuild the trenches. And I think they did a really good job on the defensive side. On the offensive side, they've gotten better, but there is a drop. There is a drop. And you can kind of tell by the two signings this week that they had to solidify that a little bit more. And but as far as from last year to this season, they really did address that. So I think that personnel grouping stood out to me. Also, the defensive backs, I feel corners used to be scary and not a good scary. Like we were legit scared of cornerbacks. And that was the starters. Lord knows the ones behind them. So I think I saw a clip on X the other day, the Atlanta game. Michael Davis was guarding people, and it's like, oh my God, we just open, throw the ball to that side with Michael Davis. Remember, there was that penalty right at the end of regulation, and the boy ended up missing the kick. But they've done a real good job there as well. So they've done some good stuff in certain areas. Running back as well. They've done some stuff in that area too. I think the one that would worry me, the most would be linebacker. And I think there's such a drastic drop from the two starters to whatever's behind them that is the position where Washington just has to get lucky again, where Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louvu are out there every single week.
My man, I agree with that. My man George has a question for you. He says, "Felix, what are your thoughts on watching this taking players cut from other teams and on cut down day? I am thinking it could be 3 or even 4 players from other teams."
They're going to take a couple. I think
Okay.
wide receiver is going to be one. They're going to do one in the wide receiver range. I believe kicker is going to be another one. I think either they cut Gay or they bring somebody into battle Gay and they'll make a decision by week 1.
Gotcha.
Some of these places that are having a kicker battle, they're going to bring somebody in. So I think those 2 places, they really do address it. Outside chance of a running back, but I don't think so. But I do feel at least a wide receiver and at least a kicker will be brought in from cuts from other teams, George. That's just that's the gut I have right now.
George said, glad to hear it. Why do you feel like a running back could be is a chance for that? I'm interested in that.
Just because you want to have a little bit more experience there, because you have Eckler, who's now he was always the solid veteran in the room, but he's played a long run. You get past that, McNichols has been around the league, but doesn't necessarily have as much game experience.
Yeah.
Then you're talking about a Bill who's not played an NFL game, and a Chris Rodriguez who's probably played in 5 or 6 in his career.
Good point.
Like, so that the experience in that room would be something where if a decent running back pops on the market that's got some experience, they may take a flyer there. That's just a possibility. I don't see it as a need, but it could be a possibility there.
Speaking of running backs, going to the situation, who do you have as RB1? Is it Bill?
You gotta say that one more time.
I'm sorry.
I froze or you froze.
Okay. I thought you froze. It could be me. It could have been me. Who do you have as RB1? Would it be Bill?
It's such a fluid question.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together myself. I'm trying.
Who's going to be listed as RB1?
Yeah.
If you have to put one, they probably list Eckler as one.
That's what I was thinking, but I want to see. I want to see your opinion.
Easily, they could come out heavy and Bill be the first running back.
Yeah,
but they could come out with Eckler. So I think I'm going to lean Eckler just because Eckler isn't doing specials anymore.
Exactly.
He hasn't been returning any kicks. So by that, because he returned kickoffs last year.
Yeah,
he hasn't really been doing that this year. So that kind of lends me to think that maybe Eckler would be RB1 with Bill as the change of pace.
Yeah.
Now, it could easily be inverted, and that doesn't mean much other than stylistically, Bill would be more of your banger, and Eckler would be more of your passing, receiving running back.
And I'm with you. I thought about that because that's
a very good question.
Yeah, I thought about it because the presumption for a lot of fans is Bill's going to be the starter, right? A lot of fans, that's what they're going with. But then when you look at your years of watching football, years of watching preseason football, and Eckler barely got work in this preseason, which puts me in a mind frame of, all right, usually that's what happens when you're like a locked-in starter. Like, you don't get that much work in the preseason. We already know. I know he's a vet too at the same time, but you still look at him like Zach Ertz didn't get that work. Didn't get any work in the preseason for real. Bobby, Vaughn, like all these dudes, they're vets, but they're starters, but they're perceived starters. They didn't get any work.
Right.
And Eckler, if it's like a true running back competition, right? If we're talking competition. He didn't get any work in the preseason. Well, but you saw Rodriguez and you saw Bill and you saw McNichols. You've seen those guys, right? It lends you to think like, all right, just off like the history of watching like preseason football, that tends to lean that, you're a starter and we're saving you for the regular season more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go as far as who has the most miles in their body, Eckler would be that just because of the position he played out of that super vet group. But I also think by the fact of him not doing specials, that's just the clincher for me. He didn't. I mean, he did a little bit the first week and then it just went away.
Yeah.
So now that he's not back there, that leads me to think that he's going to be primary running back. So they're trying to conserve him for that.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Mike has a question for you, Felix. Don't you think another quarterback can be picked up too, in terms of?
I don't really see a quarterback that fits what Cliff would want. Like
Everyone's
we all know
for
Jayden's
Driscoll.
Jayden. We know we saw what Mariota did. He fits like that. They brought it. They knew something was up with Josh when they brought in. I mean, something was up with Sam when they brought in Josh Johnson. And let me preface with this: if you're at a third quarterback, the season's already messed up. All right, it's everything. You're already in emergency mode because the third quarterback should never play.
True, you shouldn't know. I know. I agree with you.
Driscoll never played, or maybe he got a snap, maybe Blue Moon, but Driscoll never played. That's how it should be. So I don't really see anybody out there that kind of fits that style. Browns are doing something crazy. I think I heard they're keeping 4. Like,
are they really going to keep 4?
I mean, that's what I keep hearing, and that's an unmitigated disaster up there. But I don't really think so. I think you know what Mariota can do as a really good backup, and I think Josh playing with the ones, like playing with the upper echelon, and you put in a system where you don't mess up the boat. Yeah. Like Josh with the ones is going to look a lot better than Josh with the 3s and 4s.
True.
And you even saw when he was in there, the offense looked more settled. Yeah. Receivers had a chance to catch the ball. So now instead of him throwing to, KJ Osborne, he's on the Deebo Samuels. Like Zach Ertz. It's different if he's there. So I think Josh would be that third, and I think Mr. Hartman's going to have to find other endeavors. But
practice squad for Hartman.
I don't even think they practice squad him. I mean, his regression, like last year, he didn't look like this. Now
he didn't.
His arm was a lot better last year.
That's somebody go there. Go ahead. Go for it.
And so, like, he does not have the mobility of Jayden or Marcus, or Josh, but he had a good arm. Like, he could make throws. There was good zip on it.
Yeah.
I've commented the last couple of games. It's like he makes the right read. Like, so he knows the offense, but then the arm is not calculated. So it's like, okay, this guy's breaking. Let me throw. His release looks slower. The ball doesn't look like it has any zip on it. So instead of a ball that would be at the receiver's hands, if you're talking about Jayden or Marcus or even Josh, was still in the air. Now the DB's made a play because that window of completion is gone. So I don't know what happened, but he just didn't have any zip on his throws. And
it's the shoulder injury, right? He just had shoulder
surgery, and I mean, he threw better before the surgery.
Sure.
If it was a surgery, he needs to do serious work on regaining that arm strength and quick release, because even today I would say this is the read. He would make the read, but the ball would be late. And it was just his mechanics were slow and the ball was slow. And that pick 6 was a perfect example.
It was, man.
I forget who ran the route. Perfect route. Yeah. It was quick outs on off coverage. It was right there. Boom. A zip throw that's 7 yards out of bounds. It just sputtered, and the DB just had all the time in the world to cut in front of it. So that's why I don't see it being practice squad, because do you expect it to get any better? I mean,
no, I don't think so.
You can IR him and let him rehab and see if it's any shot next year. But I don't even see that. So they may bring it to answer that question. They may bring a practice squad QB. Yeah. Or Josh may be the practice squad QB and they only keep 2. But they could do that, but I don't see Sam lasting, because those performances got progressively worse.
They did get worse, and I was rooting for that.
It got worse.
Yeah, because I was rooting for him, because I did like, to your point, I liked when I went to camp last year. He stood out to me. I kind of liked the style, the ball he was throwing. You know what I mean? I felt like he had some zip. He was accurate. He was decisive too. That's what I liked about him. He was real decisive when I saw him in camp. So I was like, okay. I mean, he could be a good, like, a backup in a future backup. A guy that I never looked at him as a starter, even, down the road with another team, right? But I looked at him as like a backup, a career backup. But now he fits the third string role, but even that, not even that, to be real with you, the way he's playing, it's like he's so far behind. Like he shouldn't be. No disrespect to anybody, because it's hard to be an athlete and be in any level. But I don't look at him as an NFL quarterback at all anymore.
Yeah, I think the original plan was for him to come in, be the third, fourth guy, learn, get better, and then when Marcus transitions, either
exactly,
job or he transitions to coaching, which I think is going to be the next step for Marcus Mariota. He was going to be that backup, and he would have had years in the system. But I think he just regressed and played himself out of that role.
Yeah,
I think the way the role is, he just worked himself out of it. So what we saw last year, he had it last year. First game was his mind. He just just like, oh my God, the game is too fast. Yeah. And then Monday night, the game wasn't fast. His body just wasn't responding. And then today, it kind of all like jumbled up together. But the root cause of whatever is happening is he's just lost zip on his ball. Like he threw the ball better than he's thrown it in this camp, in these preseason games. He has. It just looks bad now. And I think mentally he's just shot. I mean, he's mentally shot. If there was any way for him to sink in the ground, he probably would have. And he had to sit out there the whole second half and just stand there, which probably hurt even more. He looked very
dejected
in the locker room.
Yeah. He did it in the locker room? Was that bad?
He was in there changing. And I think even the media was like, let's just leave him alone.
Wow.
And you know how someone watching the media can be. They can be like, oh yeah, he's here.
Yeah, he's here. Let's talk to him.
He's someone who can talk.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not hurt. But even then, it was just like, just let him be.
They want. So, because you could see his body language.
Yeah, you could just see it.
It's crazy because you could see it. I mean, I felt like after the first game, you could see it. Like, I'm glad you mentioned the term quicksand, like just sinking, because that's how kind of like I looked at him after the first game. And then when he came in, the game against the Patriots. And then when he came in, you could see how that still was playing in his mind in the Bengals game. And you see it in the conclusion, you see it today. Like, he's kind of like mentally shot.
Yeah, like, honestly, if I was Washington, I would have flipped him. Let Josh play that first half.
Yeah.
Because like we said in the press box, said, I can't honestly assess any wide receiver right now. Like, I can't. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, there's nothing I can judge you on when the quarterback is that bad. Like, just making fundamental mistakes. And I saw guys open.
Yes,
like, there were multiple guys open who ran routes, who got open, but they were just not getting the ball. Like, it was just that bad. So I actually think I would have inverted it and let Josh one of those guys, so you could get a better evaluation of the receivers. And then, whatever happens with Sam in that second half. But once you got behind, he was 17-3, then he throws the pick 6. The rest of the team's like, well, it's preseason. Let's wrap it up. Yeah. Let's not get hurt. It's cookies. Yeah. I mean, even though it's a preseason game, it still would have been a competitive fixture if, that pick 6 doesn't happen.
Yeah, and also, like, to your point, you're playing, and no, I mean, it is what it is. You're playing. If he's playing in that fourth quarter and talking about Hartman, it's better just for his mental, because you're playing against lesser competition. You know what I mean? In terms of, like, obviously, like the second string, third string, you're playing pretty much against guys who are practice teamers, or maybe guys who probably won't make the team. So I think, to your point, yeah, it's been better off having Josh. Just even for Hartman, the way he's been going. For his confidence, it would have been just good, because I feel like he's kind of played himself into, like, even before this game, like being cut or a practice squatter. I felt like Josh Johnson. And I'm not saying Josh Johnson had played great in this preseason, because he hasn't, but that's just how bad Hartman has been.
Yeah, and I mean, Josh just looks like a guy who's been around the league for 14 years.
Yeah, he's a vet.
Like, the offense. You didn't have the procedure penalties. Like, everyone knew where to go. Like, the offense resembled the offense. Now, did he make every throw? Absolutely not.
Yes.
But did the offense sort of look like the offense with Josh Taylor? Yes, it did. And he got to the point where Sam, just, like you said, did not look like an NFL quarterback. Yeah. And that's telling. That's very telling. But I mean, you took a shot on an undrafted free agent. It's not a it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Paul said, Felix, here's the $1 million question. Where is Jeff Driscoll?
I don't know. Somebody else mentioned Jeff Driscoll. I don't know. I mean, Jeff Driscoll would be available if they ever needed him.
Yeah.
Put it like that. If they had serious qualms about Mariota, they probably would. I don't believe they have those qualms about Mariota. So if Mariota is 85 to 90%, they're not going to go get Driscoll.
I do like something you said too. If you got to worry about the third string quarterback, then
stuff's already bad.
Yeah, it's already bad.
Already bad.
Yeah, if you got to worry about, it's already bad. If you got to if you get Mariota back, and if Mariota is gets hurt, that's already a bad situation regardless. No, there's no third string, and I feel confident enough to say this. There's no third stringers that's going to lead you to the promised land. Like
a good backup might get on the maybe run, third stringer. You're already bad.
Yeah, you're set. You're done. Don't even worry about the season anymore. There's no need to worry about what quarterback you're getting. I remember somebody asking me about, should they go after Jameis Winston? I was like, Jameis ain't no third stringer. That's a backup. That's an expensive third stringer. Nobody does that. That's you're allocating too much money for the third string.
That's incorrect, Wole. The Browns do that.
Oh, right, you're right.
Most NFL franchises don't.
Yeah,
but the Browns would do that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's being done with.
So you got to be clear. You got to be clear on that one.
Facts. That's true. Fact.
31 teams wouldn't.
Yeah. So, Felix, which players impressed you the most today?
I think McGee showed very good.
Thank you.
He showed the promise of what
I saw it.
Quinn and Witt and all those people have seen. You saw some of that today. That's just that fluid mobility, just that athleticism. I think Cahill did too.
Yeah, he did. Sure did.
I think he proved himself to be a good reserve linebacker that can learn. Like Kane was fine. Kane he has to learn. He has a lot to learn. And I think Kane would be a convert to be a strong safety. Like what's the kid from Philly? Philly has one that they kind of transition. I think Kane would go kind of like that, but McGee and Cahill did. Even though I do worry that linebackers are the worst position group on the Commanders. I think today they showed good work, and I think they did a lot of good things. I would also say Sheldon Day and Carl Davis had a lot of good plays. Defensive line is going to be really tough, and there's going to be some talent that ain't going to make it.
Okay, so you're really high on the interior.
I am, and I think if you look at the first drive, Baltimore scores. They get a penalty. They end up going down the field in 8 minutes. They were very gracious of us to run the ball most of the time. But you saw good pressure. You saw good fills. You saw good disruption. They didn't quite bring them down, but you saw those things. But these are going to be rotational pieces who give you 2 or 3 snaps in a sequence. So if Kinlaw and Payne are your established starters, and then you're coming behind them with Golden and Newton, Newton would be the next one up. Eddie Goldman, that's a good 4. And if you throw Sheldon Day or Carl Davis into that, that's a tough 5. And I think those 5 will do a lot of work. And then Dietrich Wise, inside on more passing downs, that's 6. So I think they've done a really, really good job there of shoring that up. And so those guys today made a good impression on me. But I would say McGee and Cahill were probably top 2. And right behind them would be Sheldon Day, Carl Davis. And then for an offensive player, I think Chris Rodriguez really showed well today.
He did.
And that was one of the previous regime boys. That was a Ron Rivera boy. I think he's finally clicked. He lost a little weight. Got a little bit more of a burst, and you saw that today. So I think that's very good for his part as well.
Yeah, I agree with you about Jordan McGee. I said that earlier. That's the best and it's crazy because when I remember, I mean, when they drafted him, I did a whole show and looked at clips of all the draft picks, and he's the one that stood out. I mean, other than like Jayden, and he's the one that stood out to me the most,
right?
Because you can see the pure linebacker ability, like as a Mike linebacker, you can see it, like it fits. Like he's a guy that, like you've said, athletic, tackling machine, sideline to sideline, like has great instincts. And I felt like you saw all of that, all that in play in that, that short body, that short sample size, against the Ravens. Because to me, he had like 4 or 5 straight tackles, and you could tell he was getting tired because he was going to work. Like,
yeah, he gave it all, and he put that effort in. Yeah. But you can see his ability. So hopefully he's a special teamer, and then B, if you're bringing him in, he's just getting you a couple plays, get somebody a breather. Yeah. But I think he has all that potential. He just has to A, get his body stronger, and then B, just learn defense at this level. Yeah. Because I think we mentioned it a couple shows ago or something. But Bobby Wagner plays middle linebacker, but doesn't take a lot of contact. Yeah, he doesn't take a lot of collisions. That's why he looks as good as he looks. It's for that reason, and I think that's something that linebackers can learn, because when we grew up, linebackers took all the hits. Like that's what they did. And now these kind of newer linebackers in that Bobby Wagner kind of mold don't take a lot of those straight up hits. And I think that's something that McGee can learn, that he has the athletic ability to make plays with his body and not take the hits.
Yeah, he was impressive to me. Like I really did. Like I really did. Because I liked him, but I just was like, damn, I'm not seeing you enough because you're old. He's always hurt. But I like what I saw from Jordan McGee. And then when he played, I was like the first, series, I was like, he everywhere. Like he's showing athletic ability to a point where I feel like down the road, if they go 3 linebacker sets, like he'll have a situation to make plays. I mean, obviously they wanted to utilize him last year, but he couldn't get on the field because of health. But I think now, if he can get healthy, I can see him being a contributor, an important contributor to the team.
Absolutely.
Coach has a question for you. He says, so Jordan McGee, is he good sideline to sideline?
Yes. Yes, he is a go get it guy. He has work to do on coverage, but as far as like chasing after plays, some of those quick screens and hitches, tosses to the outside, he can go either direction and do it. I think there was one play the Ravens tried like a toss sweep, and he made the tackle to the right, and then the next play they tried a quick screen to the left, and McGee was the first one there. So he definitely. That sideline to sideline downhill range he's very good at. He's going to have to get more comfortable in coverage, because I think he used his athleticism for so long. When he covered in college, he was just using his athleticism. Now he's getting people with equal athleticism. He's going to have to learn routes and concepts and techniques to help him with pass defense. But he's good sideline to sideline. Absolutely.
I got a question from my man Paul. It's always about this dude. I said, do you think the success of last year has gotten to some of these second year players like Luke McCaffrey, Ben Sinnott, because of the expectations of this year?
For those two, no.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, because they had very little to contribute to that success. Yeah. Now, one is because they didn't get the opportunities. 2, the other got some opportunities but didn't deliver in those opportunities. So Ben didn't get as many opportunities because Zach Ertz had an amazing season, especially second half. Yeah. John Bates is just a blocking machine. Yeah. So he got a lot of bumps. So that made Sinnott 3 by default. And third tight ends aren't going to get that much feature. They're not going to get that much work. Like he caught the one from Mariota in the Panthers game, but like he's not going to get a lot of feature there. So I think that was more because of the people ahead of him did good jobs. Luke, on the other hand, made mistakes that people need to understand. he's a converted wide receiver. He's going to make mistakes. Now, those mistakes cost him playing time because the coordinator and the quarterback need you to be in a certain place to make plays. So at the beginning of the year, they were trying to make him that. And if we go back to that infamous Cincinnati play, Luke wasn't on the field. Luke had to come on the field. Jayden had to tell him where to go just so the play would be legal because Jayden knew he had what he needed on the outside with Terry. So like little things like that, he runs the wrong route sometimes. He doesn't get enough depth on some things. So he's learning. He got the shot and didn't deliver as much. So that's why we saw the emergence of OZ second half of the season and then even Jamison Crowder because those were the roles that Luke was supposed to play. So I don't think either one of them got the big head because they had no reason to get one. So now Luke has done better on film, but he's been playing with Sam Hartman. Like, got to take that. You got to take that grain of salt. Like, I watched him first half. He ran good routes. Sam Hartman did not throw good balls or did not look away. That's a receiver's life. So even Quinn mentioned that. So I think he has ability. He will be here, and they're going to still give him opportunities. Now, the problem is they drafted Jayden Lane, and Jayden Lane is going to take some stuff from Luke. Luke's going to have to try to get it back, but Jayden Lane's going to have the inside track on that. Then I think it's going to get more work because they're going to use more 12 personnel. They haven't shown it much, but against the Giants, they're going to go in a lot of 12 personnel because why? There are tight ends on each side to deal with the Giants' defensive ends. There's going to be a lot of chips, a lot of whams, a lot of undercuts, a lot of jet sweeps to get those ends slowing down. Because if you get those ends slowing down and get past the defensive front of the Giants, then you'll have a lot of success. So they're going to use that to assist the good tackles that they have with those type things. So I think Ben is going to get a lot more chances this year just because of personnel groupings that he did not receive last year.
Yeah, hey Taj, we on YouTube too. Yeah, I think to your point, I feel like it's definitely difficult for Luke, for any receiver to be really broken down because of like the quarterback play with Sam Hartman. So I totally agree with that. Even with Josh Johnson, I think it's hard to. But then when you see
Jayden threw no passes in the preseason.
Yeah,
he played 3 plays. The one pass play, he ran for a touchdown. Yeah. So the guy never threw a pass. The backup never threw a pass. He never even touched the field. So they were out there with 3 and 4. So whoever you have is 3 and 4, that's who the receivers are out there trying to get throws from. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, Todd, you stupid. Yeah, because Luke's. I know what I'm gonna say that. I told myself I'm gonna be a nicer person. I was gonna like really go hard and say something like nah, but I will say this. I'm gonna read what Paul said. I feel Brooks has outperformed him at all TC, but what? Oh yeah,
all training camp.
All training camp. Thank you. All training camp. But they are going to choose a project over a true wide receiver. That's what I guess that's my thing. It's more the project. They drafted him, so they have more.
They have more investment.
They invested in him. You know what I mean? So you're gonna choose that over Brooks, who I feel like has been the better wide. From what I saw, you've seen more of it in camp. From what I saw as in preseason, you've seen more in camp.
Brooks makes plays, but then Brooks disappears and makes bad plays too. So
okay.
It's not, but he is a natural receiver by far.
Yeah.
I think Brooks would be the 6th guy over KJ Osborne just because of the size. And I think that's the one thing you cannot coach is size. And outside of Noah Brown, Washington has diminutive wide receivers. Noah Brown is the biggest receiver. Outside of that, Terry's not tall. Debo's not tall. Jayden Lane's not tall. Luke's not tall. Ja'Cory Brooks would naturally be the bigger guy, and you just want a bigger body. So I think that's his end game. That's his kind of his level above his go-to is that he's tall. He's taller than what Washington has. So I think in that alone, and then a true receiver, he's made some plays, but he hasn't destroyed anybody. Like there hasn't been like, oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, he's been lights out. No, there is a severe drop off from the top 4 receivers to the next set of groups. We all know what Terry is. We all know what Debo is. We know what Noah Brown is, and we've seen Jalen Lane. That's the 4.
Nah,
it's a drop.
Yeah, definitely.
Anybody else? I ain't gonna say little fellas.
Hey, yeah, Roy says, yo, they need to bring in Clifton McDowell for QB3. I think I just looked him up. McNeese.
State.
Yeah, I think and Temple. I see McNeese on here. McNeese he's a quarterback. Yep, quarterback McNeese. Is he good? I'll check him out.
I have to look. I haven't done my FCS stuff yet.
Yeah, I'll check him out. I don't know who it is. I ain't gonna act like
I've seen him play before.
Okay.
He has good ability.
Okay.
He has good ability.
Oh yeah, led Montana to he led Montana to the Natty. Okay. I mean, anything better. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right now, Sam Hartman, anything is better than Sam Hartman right now. Only lie to you. And I like Sam Hartman. I'm saying this as a guy who likes. Phyllis thinks they're going to keep Shedeur. He's going to keep him 4 receivers.
They're going to keep 4. Shedeur is going to be on that roster for the sheer fact that Cleveland has no clue what they're doing. Now, if they cut Shedeur, Cleveland would. I don't even want to begin to go. Like Shedeur is going to be on that roster. It's just a mess up there. I don't even want. That's Cleveland problems. Like I have no clue what they're doing. I don't know why you start Flacco. Like I don't get it. Like I understand. I would understand starting Flacco if you knew everything else on that team was a playoff team, and you just needed the substitute teacher to hold the class together.
Yeah,
that's why that would be where I would entertain Joe Flacco. Other than that, play Shedeur and let him rise and fall. Excuse me, with whatever happens.
Yeah. I'm with that.
That's the best learning tool he's going to have. Because he's going to make mistakes, but he's going to make some plays too.
Oh, I'll be right back. Sam Hartman is here to deliver my general coach. Hey, John, you are. John, you were tripped. Oh, shoot, he delivered it to my neighbor.
Wow, man.
John,
is that John?
Oh, John's a fool. Wow, John is a fool, man. John is a fool. John is hilarious. Shout out to John, man. He's a great podcast. Yeah, we ain't starting to say this.
Zero need for Shedeur.
I don't think that we don't need that type of attention. We're okay.
Well, I mean, he's not better than 5.
No, he's not. But you don't need that attention.
You don't need that.
Yeah, you don't need that attention.
That's something that Washington's trying to avoid.
Yeah,
if one person would
not
avoid.
Even close to 5. He's not even close to 5. You just don't need that attention. That's all. Like, there's just no need to have that in your. There's just no need. You know what I mean? Right. Like, there's just no need. You already have a situation.
Indianapolis should call, but that's not.
Oh man, you talking about whole different? That's a whole different. There's some teams that should call Shedeur. Don't get it twisted. There's some teams that should be calling Shedeur. Question. Paul has a question for you. This is for Felix. Felix, who would feel more comfortable with replacing Noah if he got hurt, Brooks or Luke?
Oh, Jesus. Simple fact, if we got to replace Luke, Noah is going to be an issue.
That's a whole different
because Noah is your possession receiver.
Yeah.
So I would lean Brooks because he is the bigger body. Noah's not burning people down the field. Noah makes the tough catches over the middle. Those sort of things. So I would lean Brooks just because of the position that Noah plays. Because you need that. You're trying to get him to be that possession bigger, tougher catch radius sort of deal.
Yeah, you're gonna need to get a receiver though, because Noah stay, like my man Roy said, stay hurt. He stay hurt. Like it is.
That's why I said they're gonna probably pick up one after cuts.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, Roy, like that dude. Like I see what you're talking about, Felix. You're right, because you stay and they are banking on him. They are relying on him.
They are relying. And remember when he went out?
Yeah,
when he went out. Noah went out. What was it? The offense hit a little skid in the road.
Yeah,
because all eyes went to Terry.
Yeah,
And that's when Terry got in a rut because there was nobody out opposite side.
Yeah.
Crowder is out there.
Yeah. Oh, Paul likes, what about Romeo Dobbs? He's a big Paul's been preaching for that.
That could be an option.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people have mentioned to me Amari Cooper.
I've mentioned Amari Cooper because I'm just pro Amari Cooper.
I mean, we saw what he did to Washington for
I
mean, that type of guy, because Amari would come in, wouldn't rock the boat in the locker room,
exactly,
and know that he would have an opportunity to get some money playing with 5. So
exactly.
That wouldn't be a bad option. They kick the tires on that to see what he's doing, and then you tell him if you're not sure, talk to Zach, talk to Zach, talk to Vaughn, talk to Bobby.
I do.
See how they like it, and, join up. So
talk to leaders, definitely talk to leaders, and I agree. Talking about Noah, he's forever Hail Mary, and I love him for it. Yeah. The Hail Mary dude, man. He is the Hail Mary dude.
That'll never go away.
I mean, because Noah, he's biblical. Noah,
Hail Mary, it's one of those names,
It's one of them names, man. He's one of them, man. Noah will forever be synonymous with the Washington Commanders, for real. But yeah, I want to go back to players you like. I mean, I definitely like those individuals, man. Like, I thought, what about Tyler Owens? I thought he looked really good too, man.
Yeah, I think this was his better game.
Yeah,
he finally played composed. I think his eyes were bad. He was seeing the wrong things, so he was moving out of place. And then, like, first game, kind of like Sam Hartman, he was trying to see the play instead of reacting. So he was slow, not being his athletic self. I think today he read his keys better and he attacked, which is what they're looking for him to do. And that comes with time, because you got to think about, he got hurt and didn't get those preseason games and didn't get to play in the regular season. Now he's had a sequence of games to play. Like, he's played 3 games in a row. Like, he's adjusted. So you can see that he's adjusting to the film he's seeing, the coaching he's received, and he played better. So I think the opportunity of when he makes team, he's not going to get the defensive snaps, but he's going to be able to get this consistent work and to hopefully make him a better player, because now he can consistently practice and play.
I agree. I was very impressed with them. I missed the game. Did anyone kill themselves today? Yeah, nobody got hurt.
The most I saw, there was that one collision with Daryl Worley.
Yeah.
But he got up and was fine. And then Carl Davis kind of limped off near third quarter-ish. But he seemed to be fine in the locker room. So that was number one. No injuries. And I think Washington was able to do that.
Oh man, Roy, appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, Roy. Appreciate that super chat, man. John has a question for you. He says, thoughts on new safety Daryl Worley, because you just mentioned him, and thought he flew around well, played fast. Yeah, he did play fast. He
did. I mean, that was violent hit. I mean, that was violent hit, and
he was there.
I think he made some strides. I believe he'll be a practice squad sort of guy to keep him around, because I think the safeties are really, really good.
I think they're set. I think they're set at safety.
Because you got Will Harris, you got Quan, who's finally getting it and really playing well. Like, his series, he played extremely well. Yeah, like that pass breakup near the end zone on Monday night, because his tracking on the play was
perfect. His instincts on that was crazy.
Yeah, so Quan is fine. Percy has gotten better. Percy's gotten better. He has people.
I will see in the season.
I will say this. Revo is
the one. That's the one I think he needs to play.
Revo,
he's good, bro.
Him today, I'm like, you look like the 25-year-old Revo. Like, your speed and instincts, and he's just very humble. He's like, I've been working hard, but he looks really good. And every time we have an interview with a coach, they're always mentioning his name. Like, we gotta find ways to put him in there. So you're talking about Will Harris, Quan Martin, Jeremy Reeves, there ain't no room. There's no room at the end. And then Tyler Owens is going to be the 5th one because he's your guy. You brought him in. He's he's your project. So he's not really a spot for Worley, but I do think they keep him on practice squad because he does have potential there. In just case injuries happen, somebody has to go step up. I think he'll be there. But I think Washington really fixed the safety position from when a few years ago they had to go out there with my boy Troy Apke. So, and I said that with a straight face, my boy Troy Apke. He's my guy. They've rebuilt that position. So Daryl Worley he looked good today, but he's in a loaded room, which I think is already set.
Yeah, I you said Revo, man. I think Revo. I just think he's been playing lights out. I've always said this though about him though. I feel like, to be fair to him, I feel like every time he gets an opposition, gets a chance, like he does something positive. And also, I'll say this: what I like about him more than most of the I like Quan a lot. So I'm with you with Quan. I like Quan a lot. What I like about Revo is that he's always at the right place. He may not be able to make the plays all the time, but he's always at the right spot.
Right.
Which, for years we've got annoyed with seeing guys who play safety that they get lost. He's rarely lost. No. He's there. He may not be athletically inclined to make some of those plays, but he's always at the right place. And I appreciate that. And I've always felt like, and then seeing him play this preseason and them changing his role and letting him play more, at safety and whatnot, I've been highly impressed with him. I think probably this is the most impressed I've been with him, and I've been impressed with him for like a couple of years. But this is since the first year we had him with the COVID year, right? I think the COVID year he played safety.
Well, we had him before that. He was here 2019.
Yeah, but he played.
Actually, 2018.
Yeah, but he played.
He was safety when we played the Cowboys and beat them.
Yeah,
with Alex Smith.
Yeah, that's the year I'm talking about with Alex Smith. When he played with Alex Smith, that's the year I'm talking about.
That was 2018.
Yeah, sorry, 2018. That's the year.
Yeah, so he was there then. But he's getting more of a chance to play free safety, which he didn't really get a chance. He was kind of stuck in it strong, which similar to the Mikey thing, he's free. He gets to be more in the middle of the field and get sideline to sideline. And I think he has the better opportunity to play there because he would be behind Percy. And Percy, while faster than Revo, is not always in the right spot. Yeah. And that's more his eyes than anything. But that would be Revo's closest chance because Will is playing that rover safety or whatever. And then Quan is now the strong. So now, you can rotate those three when Will goes down to cover a safety in that. And Revo has a chance to surprise Percy. I think that's where he's going to get a shot is at free safety when he's been labeled pretty much as a strong safety the last 4 years.
I just felt like, and to John's point, Revo definitely is playing well. Call me crazy. I thought he played well as a rookie when him and Cam was forced in. Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he played well. I like Revo a lot, actually. I do. I really do like him. I like them a lot.
I think that was a product of other things in 2018, the way that team fell apart.
Yeah.
And then he got injured somewhere along that road, and then he just never was able to get that spot back.
Yeah, but I like him. I think he's a smart player. He's a very, very smart player.
And Quinn mentioned today he was coaching up players before Quinn can come over there and coach them up.
Yeah, you can see it, man. He's just a really intelligent football player, man. Real talk. Like I said this before, and some people agree with me. He gives me Ryan Clark vibes. He really does. Like when Ryan Clark was here, he gives me Ryan Clark vibes. Not outside of obviously in Pittsburgh, but here when he was here and Washington, I get Ryan Clark vibes from Revo. Felix says, "Do you know if we were even considering boy Isaiah Bond?"
I do not think they were ever in contact with Isaiah's people. Isaiah Bond would have been a good speedster to do that. Washington was going to stay away from anybody with legal troubles, and that once Isaiah's legal troubles were cleared, his agent had kind of already brokered a deal with Cleveland. But Isaiah Bond would have been a nice addition. And for those who really didn't see him in Alabama or Texas, think of a faster Terry. He great speed, great hands, decent size, would have been a great playmaker, or is a great playmaker. I'm gonna say would then he's coming into the league. But to answer your question, I don't think they ever truly considered it, just because they wanted to stay away from the legal trouble that he was in. But once he got cleared, he had already kind of had an informal agreement with Cleveland. Yeah, he saw that as his best chance to play, which Cleveland would be one of his better chances to play.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, they got Judy out there doing work, so it is.
Yeah, I mean, they got Judy.
She's on. Yeah, Judy's back now. You know what I'm saying? He's back now. Yeah. That's my man Serge. He used to hate on me if I kept bringing up Judy up. And now look at my
Jerry
man
Judy, another Alabama kid. But yeah, like outside of Jerry Judy, he would have been right there.
Yeah, for
Cleveland, which he should be for whoever's going to throw the ball in Cleveland. I do think all 4 quarterbacks play this season.
Oh yeah, I think
all 4.
They probably will. I'm interested. Yeah,
all 4.
I think Shedeur definitely plays. I think Shedeur definitely plays. Now
they're gonna get to like a 1-4, 1-5, 2-4 sort of deal.
Yeah,
and the Dog Pound's gonna revolt if Shedeur is not starting.
Yeah, especially because and sometimes it's just a money thing too, right? If you get
5th rounders,
you'll sell out. Yeah.
I mean, he's going to sell the jerseys.
Yeah, I'm just being real. But even that element of it, if you don't have a starter, if you don't have a real starter, you might as well start the dude that's going to make you a lot of money.
Hey, it sounds like business.
That's just saying. If you're, just saying. And I do believe in because I've watched Shedeur covering HBCU stuff and him going to Colorado. Shedeur can play.
Shedeur can play. He can play. He has some stuff to work on.
Limitations.
But most quarterbacks, 99% of quarterbacks do.
Yes, exactly.
Hold the ball too long. A lot of young kids
do that
quarterback. They're trying to make a play. Bad eyes. That happens. That you got to learn the pro game. But he didn't have any more flaws than anybody else coming out.
Exactly.
So you know what I mean? If that's the case, then like I said back earlier, I'm only playing Flacco if I got a lockdown playoff team.
Yes,
I need somebody knock the ship off.
Yeah,
I
agree.
If say Jalen Hurts got hurt for Philly, put in Joe Flacco because he's not.
Yeah, exactly. Agreed with you.
That's the type of team that needs a Joe Flacco, not whatever Cleveland is. The assortment of whatever Cleveland is.
I totally agree with that, buddy. I totally agree with that. All right, so what did you learn that you think will lean into the regular season?
I learned that, like I said earlier, AP did his job on the trenches. Now, I think the defensive line is ahead of the offensive line. Now, the starting 5 offensive line will be really good. When Connerly fully takes over, Cosme is back, Biotish, Coleman, Tunsil. That is a great starting 5. Wiley is turned into this utility lineman who's played 3 different positions, never says a word, plays well. Remember 2 years ago, people wanted to run Wiley out of town and right tackle.
That's true.
Last year, no one said a word about Wiley. Wiley just played. All right. Yeah. And so Wiley is played on the left and the right and left guard. So he's going to be around. So that's a very good talent to have. Now we take down a step. Now we're at Allegretti. He's average to solid, but he's average to solid.
Yeah.
Now we have to take more of a step down, and that's where the offensive line is a little thing. They like Trent Scott. Trent Scott has versatility, but Trent Scott is small when we come to offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And what happened in that Philly game is he started getting pushed around by Jalen Carter.
I mean,
which happens. I mean, you got to realize who Jalen Carter is.
Yeah, exactly.
But your elite level talent, Sam Cosme, who was injured, is the one that can go one-on-one with Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
So Trent Scott is just skinnier. Then you have your Chris Pauls, who's gotten better, but now this is where the steps have gotten down to. So I think the top line talent on the offensive line is much better. But they don't have the full depth yet. And I think that's where the couple years of missing out on draft picks hurt Washington is there, which Philly didn't miss on. But I think they really got the defensive line right. And I think they, like I said, I'm looking at people like Jalen Holmes and Jacob Martin and Javonte and stuff. Like, who'll make it? Like, it's really, really tough. And that's going to be the hardest one to do because they've really, really, really rebuilt that defensive line. Look at it. Deron Payne's the only one that's been there longer than 2 years.
Yeah.
It's Deron Payne.
Yeah, he has not.
Like, Baptiste, Farrell, and Newton have been there a year, and everybody else is brand new. Adam said they got to change the line.
Like, I just want to see it, in the regular season.
I know.
Yeah, I just want to see it because I know I have questions. I have a lot of questions. I do have questions, but we'll see how it works out. I'm all for like proving me wrong. Like prove me. I don't say wrong. Just prove it to me because I don't really go any which way. I want them to prove it to me. Aubrey said Cosme can't stay on the field.
That's not true. He played every single game with that leg injury.
Yeah, he played, man.
There's been times he's gotten hurt, but he still played though. Yeah. Like he's not a out for 3 weeks type guy. Like
he's a tough dude, man. He's a tough dude.
The fact that he's almost ready to play now after what happened in Detroit,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Because
I want to redshirt him. I wanted to redshirt him. That's where I was at.
People were talking about November, December.
I don't even want to play him this. I won't even lie to you. I didn't want because he's so valuable to me. I didn't want to play him. I was cool with sending him until like next year. I was perfectly cool.
And you weren't the only one in that camp. So you're talking about that. I still don't think he plays week 1. I would say week 3. Week 3 would be my guess because they play the Giants and they play the Packers on the short week, and then they have 10 days off. And I think that's your time to get him amped up to play against the Raiders. I think that's when he comes back is against the Raiders.
Aubrey, that's a good question. I'm trying to think. Has he played a whole season this year? In his career? I just know that that was the last. He got hurt. He got hurt in the postseason. Wait, when he got hurt, where did he tear his ACL? Which game was that?
That was the leg injury was the Detroit game.
Yeah, that was a playoff game, right?
Yes.
So he played the whole season. He's injured in the playoffs. Yeah, you're right. I thought it was the playoffs.
He got hurt. He got hurt.
Yeah, so basically he played the whole year. Just that he got hurt in the playoffs.
Let's see. 2021, he did get hurt.
I know earlier he got hurt a lot. I know earlier he got hurt. I don't think
22 he played 14 games.
Yeah.
2023 he played all 17.
Yeah, he's playing games.
2024 he played all 17 plus 2 playoff games.
Yeah. He played Aubrey. He's played enough, Aubrey. He's played enough. And plus, I'm gonna be real with you. When you're an old lineman too, missing 2 games is like not the biggest thing in the world.
It's not.
Because people roll up in your ankle. That happens all the time. People miss a game. Like I love Trent. Like
Trent's going to miss a game.
Yeah, Trent's going. No problem, boss. Like Trent going to miss a game. Like Trent, tough as they come.
The way those piles work,
exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying.
It happens, and you might miss a game, but that's why I said you got to get that line depth right. But he played 2 seasons back to back, 17 games, and really he got hurt on the 19th game.
Yeah,
like it was in the middle of the 19th game he got hurt, and even then it got rolled up on because that's what happens
though. That's what happens though. Question for Santiago has a question for Felix. He says, "What are your expectations for the running game?"
I think there's going to be more of a commitment to running the ball. It's just going to be more people running the ball. So we know Eckler will run. We know Bill's going to run. We know Jayden's going to run. Debo's going to run. Like you're going to get a lot of versatility out of the run game. I think they're going to run more to just assert their physicality because they were able to move the ball a lot last year, but they had issues in red zone. So I think that's where you're really going to see the running game take off because we remember how difficult it was to score. They would go 20 to the 5 like it was nothing, like a hot knife through butter. And then the 5 to the 1 was just it was like climbing Mount Everest. And it just never seemed easy. So I think that's where we're going to see the running game take more of a different thing. And so, you know, trade away B-Rob, you trade away your pounding running back.
Yeah.
But you're going to see running game by versatility. So I think it's going to be schemed very well. We're going to see a lot of tosses. Like Monday night, they had the counter trey out of shotgun.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that, where you have these linemen that can really, really move. That's going to help these backs. So I think you're going to see a lot more versatility out of the run game, and it's not just going to be one guy. And you'll have triple option looks with a jet sweep, a downhill, and a Jayden. Like there's going to be those type plays in there.
Yeah. And Felix agrees with you. Paul agrees with you. Question from Taj. Todd says, can Kinlaw be considered a successful signing by holding an anchor like a Butts or Grant, or does he have to be disruptive force in the defense like a Wilkerson or Cornelius Griffin? Good. Yeah, good.
That's great.
I like that. And good going back retro. Those are dudes. I used to like Big Daddy. Go ahead.
Yeah, Big Daddy. Well, now, I think if the run defense is better, he's a successful signing. And by me saying that doesn't mean he's the one making the tackles.
Got you.
If he's penetrating and the running back has to cut right, and next thing you know, here's Luvu. Kinlaw did his job. Not a stat there. Or consistent QB pressure up front, because the issue with Washington's line last year with like a Jonathan Allen, everyone knew he was going to shoot up the field. So they would play him to shoot up the field, go get the quarterback, have fun, tuck in right behind him. And Philly did that. Tampa did that too. So he's going to anchor a lot more, but he'll have opportunities to rush the passer. But I think if the run defense gets better, like say whatever the run defense was last year, they move up 10 spots. Kinlaw was a productive signing because he's going to manhandle some guards and centers. And that's his job.
That's his job, yeah.
Take this guy, manhandle him. Because if Frankie and Bobby come behind you and make the tackle,
you did your job.
You did your job. So, you know, people saw the contract and the money. They're like, yeah, Aaron Donald. No, he's not going to be Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald was given free reign in that defense. He's going to, will he be a Dexter Lawrence? Maybe not. But if he can effectively disrupt in the middle, then it would be a good signing. So I still think the signing was a good one because it'll take two guys to move Kinlaw. Kinlaw is just that massive.
Yeah.
So if Philly have to take two guys to get him, that gives everybody else a one-on-one shot. And then now you get Saquon before he gets going. And I think that's where the rubber met the road last year. So I think Kinlaw would be a successful signing if you see games where there's two blockers coming at him. He's done his job.
Coach, as a question says, by anger, do you mean gap and a half or two gap?
Witt doesn't really do a lot of two gap. He doesn't do a lot of two gap. He does one gap, but he can do a lot of anchor where it's hold. Like I'm the presses A gap, engage the center, make the guard engage me too. So now I'm controlling this A gap. But I'm not really two gapping it because I'm not going either side. I'm not going A gap or this A gap if I'm shading him as a zero tech or as I'm a one, an A and a B. So he's really engaging one to take another. Essentially. What Jonathan Allen would do, and I hate using him as an example, but he does. Boom. He would shoot a gap just to try to beat somebody there and then take himself out of the play. He did that a lot. If you notice Kinlaw when it's a run play,
he stays back.
Yeah, finds where the gap is. Now, whatever this lineman is, I'm shedding him quarterback. You see the technique is just different.
Yeah,
I'm talking A gap, B gap.
I know there's some work. I will say this about like Kinlaw. I just feel like because I remember when he was drafted. And I know what he's supposed to be. I just feel like he never panned out yet. I just feel like with the expectation, I'm just being and I always refer like area kids. So everybody know if you know me, I'm biased to area kids. It's
right.
But I do want to like
I know this because of his obviously his size, like the intimidating figure he seems to be. But it hasn't worked out in the other places. Like correct. I'm gonna ask you this question: why do so many folks feel like, because you report a lot of people, they see it in camp, they're seeing him in camp. I'm not seeing it, so I have to so I'm being fair. Why is it going to be any difference here compared to some of the places he's been at? He's been to San Francisco, which has a great defensive system. It didn't pan out for him over there. He's been to the Jets. He's been in these places and it hasn't panned out. So why will it work out here?
I think because here he's not supposed to be the guy.
Okay.
Like, he was supposed to be the guy in 49ers, but you had Bosa, and you had Wagner, and you got 5 guys back here. So like how am I supposed to be the guy too? Now, I do think when he had the same person. So he had Robert Salah and he's in the 49ers, and then when he went to the Jets, he went to the Jets with him. Yeah. So schematically, he hasn't really, the scheme didn't really change. I think the expectation changed. But the Jets, they had some things going, but I think they were more hijacked by that number 8 guy on the other side.
I agree. No, definitely agree with
that was whatever. But he has not lived up to expectations. And I think he knows that. And I think he sees this as a second chance to be a productive NFL player. And I think that's what's driving him. He mentioned about coming here on the bus, and he went by Kenilworth Avenue. Like he so dope. I was there, and I was standing there listening to him. Like, yo, this is good. It's cool. It's a good story. Because I think it'll mean a little bit more to him just to be back here, here. So, like I said, it's more of a second chance sort of deal. But he's been extremely disruptive, and and even a little bit we saw Monday night. He made pressure. Like he was there. So I think people are just excited for that. Yeah. But I mean, he's going to have his 40 plays, and come off the field. Yeah.
I know. No, so basically, you're like, what I'm getting from you is more like you feel like he would be more motivated because of like this is a second life. It's a second chance in life. And also, which I guess he's gonna have the flip side, because you always say like when folks play home, it's like here in the DMV, like, hey, that can go left. But for him, you're saying they can go right.
I think it's more of a thing for because he's been through the grind, and it's like, I'm over 2 now. Like I've got to do something versus a kid that gets drafted here.
True, very good point.
Guy, and I'm a guy on these streets, and then you're in these streets, and the streets usually win. Like,
streets win, man.
Streets win. So, like,
streets always win.
Streets
always win, dude. Streets always win. A question for you from Taj. They folks throwing these questions out. It says DQ and Witt has preached turnovers, but doing that by blitzing and having their corners play off wide receiver zone principles. It seems our cornerbacks are better in press man. So how do you see this defense?
I see them playing. They play a lot more press and stuff up in camp. They did a lot of off stuff in these preseason games, which is to me. I'm guessing that they're just not trying to show anything, but what you see in practice, you see corners up, you see physicality jamming at the line, and then you see off man or off zone on these preseason games. So to answer that question, I say wait for week 1 and see what they do then.
Okay.
Because honestly, I can't tell you, because what I've seen in training camp, it's been different from what I've seen in the games. And they may not just be showing stuff, but they might have an off man they might have a press man with a cover over the top on neighbors, and on the offside, they're playing to read and react because they want to see if Russ works the ball back to the other side and have eyes on QB. Like, to answer your question, we'll see week 1 because, like I said, they were very vanilla in the preseason. They were just doing one-on-ones, who's going to beat their man, corners, who's gonna track, who's gonna drive on the ball. That's why you saw a lot of off man, and you see what people could do. And you saw Noah Igmahani. Oh, I messed that up.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. He got targeted a lot, but he battled through it. He got through it. You saw a guy like Bobby Price off, and it didn't quite work for Bobby Price. So you didn't see Lattimore but 4 or 5 plays, and like you didn't see Mikey at all. So like all that stuff matters.
All right, we go with let's see this question. Actually, this is a comment from Aubrey. Kind of want to get your point. He says, "I feel as though our problem is scheme as opposed to talent, but run defense problem in terms of run defense. I believe
run defense.
So, what do you think? Is it scheme or what do you have? Scheme or talent? What do you feel like?
I think last year was
because because the only reason I say that
was talent. Last year was more talent.
Okay,
because you could see. Let's not give up the massive play. Let's kind of control it, kind of keep things in tow. And then games where they were able to do that, they were successful. Games where they weren't, you saw what Philly was able to do. Yeah. Or you saw even Detroit put up 38. Like, let's not. It wasn't 45 zip.
They put a point.
So, there's some things there, but they were trying to cover some people up.
Okay.
Let's be honest. They went out there with Emmanuel Forbes in St. Juice. You can't leave them in an island. So that takes safeties.
Well, Michael Davis from most
away.
Michael Davis too, for real.
Right. You gotta take safeties away from the middle to cover those on the outside, which means the linebackers can't be as aggressive because then there would be nobody behind them that left holes. So they're backing up instead of attacking downhill. Now running back only has to get by 1 or 2 people. Now they're getting 4 or 5 yards of carry. All that connects. All those dots connect. So if you're stronger on the outside, the safeties can come back inside. The linebackers can go downhill. Then you're a better run defense. Now, historically, since Quinn's defense in Seattle was very good against the run.
Yeah.
He went to Atlanta. Raheem and Quinn's defense were pretty good against the run.
You're pretty good. Yeah.
When Quinn went to Dallas, Dallas was not as good against the run, but Dallas's defense was all about causing turnovers and rushing the quarterback.
I agree with
that. That was their theme.
That's
why they went and got Micah. That's why they do the things they do. They're shooting upfield to attack the quarterback, and their DBs are off man looking for the ball.
Yes.
That's why you had Diggs have the seasons he had, and Awuzie and all those others.
Yeah.
If Quinn can shift back closer to what he had in Atlanta or more like Seattle, remember Seattle defense, you didn't run on Seattle.
No, you didn't.
You didn't run on Seattle.
Yeah,
defense.
You couldn't do nothing for real. Really, you couldn't do nothing.
You couldn't. They jammed those receivers.
Yeah, really couldn't do anything.
Bobby Wagner and what's the other linebacker were downhill, and
was it right? Was it right?
Was it right? I'm looking. I feel like I'm looking at it. But anywho, the Seattle defense they stopped the run.
Yeah.
He went to Atlanta. They were okay against the run. They weren't exactly world beaters, but to be honest with you, they didn't have all the top names in that Atlanta defense. They just played well as a unit.
They played well, yeah.
Dallas became a whole got to get the quarterback, turnover, and then you could gash them because they were all trying to attack the quarterback.
Yeah.
So either they were really hot because they sacked your quarterback 8 times and caused 3 turnovers, or they were missing the quarterback and it was bombs away and they were losing.
I totally agree. Taj has a question. It says, Taj, special teams, please tell me that part of the that's part of the reason they look so bad was due to most of the special teams players on this team are offensive and defensive stars and wasn't playing.
I think the kickoff coverage was bad because of the kicker.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this, Matt Gay is a power leg kicker.
Yeah.
Now you have to try to drop the ball in and not get a touchback.
Seibert
and Gonzalez and Kane were really good at placing the ball in certain places. So they would trap people in the corner, which aided in the defense.
That's a good point.
If you look at Matt Gay's kicks on these things, they've been in the middle of the field at like the 5 and 7 yard line.
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting gashed because they're getting a rolling start, trying to think from that dead start spot versus the traditional running 40 yards downfield to bracket somebody in. I think those kickoff problems come from the kicker. The kicker is just not. I almost was like, just kick it in the end zone and just give it on the 35.
Yeah,
like
I'm kind of there too, bro.
Like, I think there'll be times where they'll just say kick it in the end zone because he's not good at that. Matt Gay is just not good at that, and that connects to everything else. Like if it's a good kick in a good spot, like whoever the Ravens kicker.
Man,
Allen caught the ball near the sideline twice.
Yeah,
not much he could do. Now there was one where he did get upfield and got some yards, but that matters too. So I do believe it's on that, but I also believe that some of those prime guys weren't on those teams. It'll be better, but I think the biggest issue is the kicker.
Yeah,
like you got to kick it correct.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not you should be worried about a kicker. Yes, I'll answer that question easily. Yes, and yes. That's not even.
Somebody asked me on Twitter during the game, they was like, what's going on with Matt Gay? The first week and a half of camp, Matt Gay didn't miss. Like, I know a normal thing like, he went 4 or 5 today or 7 for 9 today. Didn't miss them. Stop counting it. Just stop looking at it. And then all of a sudden they had an off day, and then he just started missing. And he missed in New England on that first one. And then he looked a little shaky, but got through Monday night, and then he missed the one today. I honestly think there's a couple teams that have 2 kickers that are trying out people. Somebody who gets cut is going to be brought in here. Or
I think so.
I just honestly think that. There's going to be some mini competition between Wednesday this coming week and that Sunday versus the Giants.
No, I agree. I think it's definitely happening. I think there's like they need. I mean, a kicker's valuable. I'm sorry, you can't just have 3 points off the board.
Joey Sly kicked a 63-yarder last night.
Yeah.
What's the boy from Dallas kicked 64? There was a kid that's kicked 70, and then so 50-yard field goals or 52, whatever it was today, are supposed to be 95, 98% makes now.
I said that. That's crazy. Now I said that because you typically
think about it.
15
years ago.
There you go. I said the same thing.
55 yards was like 50-50.
Yeah,
he might make it. He might not.
Nowadays it's different. It's
55
different.
yarders are supposed to be made now.
Yeah,
like
it is.
That's the world. Like, and Matt Gay has all the leg in the world, but that accuracy is,
Yeah, I said the same thing. Evolution.
So
man.
I honestly, they're definitely going to bring a kicker in to compete. If not outright, sign somebody and cut Matt Gay.
Yeah, Paul said, 55 is the new
absolutely,
the new 45.
Like it's insane the thought. Like it's just really insane how a 55-yarder is considered a knockdown kick.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just like basketball, but the 28-foot three.
Yeah,
that was a stupid shot in 2000.
No
one's shooting that shot. Now you have to have that shot.
Yeah, and now if you do that, yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. Like it's the same thought process. It's like it's the growth in sports, man. Like people are just getting. It's wild. Like the Ravens, the Ravens made. Yeah, it's real.
And to be fair, he would have made it from 67.
Yeah,
like it wasn't just barely over the bar. Either.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying it's crazy. Hey, but Felix, this has been dope, man. Appreciate you being on. It's about to wrap this show up, man. This has been awesome. I didn't think we were gonna go this long. We have gone longer than I thought.
I didn't realize it was that long until you said it. Actually.
I know. I just looked at it. I was like, oh snap! It's past the time I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good talk. And so for everybody, I'm gonna put out my prediction for the roster tomorrow.
Yeah, do that.
Just take a shot at it. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it either. But I have to pick 53 people, and that's the 53 people that would be of Thursday at 4:00. That may not be the same 53 that you see Wednesday by the time Dan Quinn speaks, because I think they told us he's going to speak in the afternoon. So I think by then that initial 53, there's going to be 1 or 2 changes to it.
Okay. Paul, just a real quick question. Paul is asking you this question, Felix. Surprise. You got a surprise cut? Paul, you always trying to get some drama. I feel you though, bro.
Not really. I mean, somewhere in this Jalen Holmes, Jacob Martin, maybe a Cleenan Farrell.
I thought, okay, I'm thinking because he played too long. He played long.
He played a lot today.
He played a lot today. He played a lot
I'm
today.
just saying, like, they got a rotation, and he's lost his starting spot clearly to Dietrich Wise.
Yeah, clearly.
And then when you go to rush time, you're not the one that's coming on. Like, that might be one. Trent Scott, even though I really like him, he's an HBCU guy. I don't know, especially with the new signings, with Fant signing and Nick Harris is signing. I don't know about Trent Scott. And Trent Scott is going to always be famous because he caught Jayden's first touchdown. But he may not make it either. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Trent's definitely one of somebody who was really a contributor last year. Yeah. Trent Scott was. Trent Scott ended up being the swing tackle. And he started the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
There's a good chance he's not on the opening 53. He's on the practice squad.
You think so? I thought he played well. I think Dieter played
I didn't think he played bad, but
Dieter's
there's also another one.
Yeah, okay.
If I'm looking at Coleman, Biotish, Wiley, Connerly, Allegretti, Nick Harris, George Fant.
Because George Fant just got signed. Yeah.
That's 8.
That's true.
They just signed him.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not counting Cosby right now. I think
he don't count. He's gonna be off
like and then comes back on. Yeah. So you're talking like Chris Paul, Dieter.
I heard Paul's having a really good camp though. I heard Paul's looking really good.
Paul has put on weight. He's looked a lot better.
He's like a lot better.
I think he fits better now at tackle than he does at guard.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
He's gotten a lot better, and he has really massive arms, like long arms, like. So there's a lot to like about him. So I think he's had a very good camp. I would trust him over Dieter.
Okay.
I trust him over Dieter. Honestly, I would say that.
Okay.
And Dieter's in trouble because you bring in Nick Harris, that's your backup center. Allegretti's been a backup center. That's 4 centers.
Yeah. So Eric said it. Yeah. So George, you already answered your question about backup centers. You're right. He says that they have a bunch of versatile backup centers.
It would be Nick Harris, who they just signed, and then Allegretti. Allegretti has been in camp, has been the second center actually over Dieter. There's been times Allegretti has not played with the ones to be the center with the 2s.
Got you. Interesting. Hey, so Felix, plug in all your stuff. Plug in, your roster predictions. Plug your social so they can know how to find it.
Yeah,
and plug Fox and everything.
It's actually B Commander 2407. I put Bless Commander. That's my that is my IG. Like I said, I'm gonna drop my 53 tomorrow. And then go from there. So follow me there. Hit questions. I'm just ready for New York. I'm ready for real football.
I'm talking about, bro.
I'm ready for real football. And you know who's really ready for real football? Number 5.
I know he is.
He's itching.
I know
because that one to play.
Because that what he got to do in the preseason game against the Bengals, I know that didn't like satisfy what he trying to do. I already know.
Yeah, he didn't complete a pass. Like
he was like, "What am I?" Yeah, he's like, "What? No, this is not football for me." You know what I'm saying?
He wants to go, and then like he has that chip on his shoulder from last season. Like he says, last season's in the past, but he's got some missions to make.
Definitely. I do want to. This comment just came in, and I feel like it's valid. I don't think it's preseason, so it doesn't not too valid. But I get it. He says outscored 109-38. I get it's preseason, but nobody wants to look that inept. I agree. Nobody wants to look like that. That's true. No coach, no competitor. I
absolutely agree. I think what this did was show how bad the previous regime was. Because you're looking at teams like let's just say New England was in a different boat. New England is a brand new coach,
culture,
trying to bring back the old Patriots. He played everybody. We're going to do this. Rah, rah, rah. Cincinnati stumbled last couple years. So they're trying to. We got to get through. You got to make it through. Yada yada yada.
They're trying to start fast. They're trying
to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
The Ravens have had the same coach forever, same GM. So they're just stacking up players. So you need to slot into here, do this thing. Washington has completely revamped the top end talent. So the starting talent is neck and neck with all the teams in the league, all the contenders. That middle section is where Washington's hurting, and that's what this preseason showed. That they really did not have the quality NFL depth that these good teams have.
Yeah.
Philly has that talent.
They do.
Kansas City has that talent. The Rams have that talent. All those type of contenders have that middle talent that Washington did not have because of the previous regime. And under 53 that I'm counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 came from the previous regime. 6 out of 53. And that's including Cosby. Because they happen to get Cosby right. That's just not going to work. That just shows the lack of depth on this franchise and how long it takes to really build depth up on the team. I literally counted 6 players. Quan Percy, Chris Rodriguez, John Bates, Cosme, Chris Paul were drafted by the previous regime.
That's it. That is it. Yeah. That's
and
it.
And this would be your guys who would be 25 to 30.
Yeah.
That would be the meat of your franchise. So I get it. No one wants to get smoked. Trust me. Quinn and them were mad about it. Trust me. Ken Norton, all that, they were upset. But they know the end game of what they're trying to do. They got to protect that top end because you don't want no injuries, pretty much. So that shows a lack of depth. And I think that's something Adam Peters will keep attacking. And in a year or two, you won't have those sort of things. But yeah, it's not good to lose. There's no way to sugarcoat or explain away being outscored like that in the preseason. Preseason doesn't matter.
It does.
Scores don't matter.
Yeah, scores do not matter in preseason. I get that. But you don't like to be embarrassed. I get that. No one wants to be embarrassed, though. I get
Absolutely.
that part. I get that portion of it. Hey, Todd, you asked that question in the other show. We're not doing it right now. I'm tired. I'm getting tired. I ain't gonna lie to you. We're not doing that. We're not doing that question. Hey, anyway, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I appreciate Felix, man. Again, check out Felix on X. That's at BCommander2407. That's at BCommander2407. Anyway, I appreciate you all for pulling up. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Sing for ages. Yeti deuces. We are out. Peace.
Peace.